All right, shall we begin? Teamwork works out the champion's scheme. Imagine a scenario where there are two music artists of the same genre. They both have good and equal skill. They both have the same reach in terms of audience. They both have the same available resources. What we determine who will pass and last the test of time is strategy. However, it should be noted that structures are built by strategies. And strategy is the roadmap for an organization to build structure. And structure makes sustainability a possibility. Now, imagine a situation where both of them, I'm talking about these two music artists, both of them have the following instrument for their art: a piano, drum set, bass guitar, and lead guitar, for example, as a main to-go instruments of performance. So what this means is that both will need at least a pianist, a bass player, a drummer, and a lead guitarist for their continuous exploit in music performance. Now, imagine that one of these music artists have a regular instrumentalist that keeps playing for him or her in his or her band. Everyone knows their set list of songs. The key to use in playing those chosen songs out of the selected songs at a point in time, because they are very familiar with everything there is to be in that particular band, and they have been playing together over a long period of time. Now, imagine that the other music artists only use the service of any available instrumentalist whenever there is a gig, many of whom have not been playing together. They've not played together before. So even though this example requires the use of a teamwork, the dynamic of working together smoothly, the team spirit, ability to be able to work well together with others, and the available time will make the big difference. And this determine who out of these artists will last the test of time in their art delivery, sustainability, and overall their long-time success in music or in existence in terms of relevancy in music industry. Why is it important for a team to understand the art of teamwork? Before we take a look at this, I want to remind you that the topic of this teaching is teamwork works out the champion's scheme. So I want us to quickly take a look or take a dive into the definition of scheme and champion. Scheme and champion. We have already spoken about strategy being the roadmap to build structure. That is the purpose of strategy. Now, we will talk about the champion's scheme. First, we have to quickly take a look at the definition of scheme and champion. First and foremost, scheme in this case will also be replaced with these words: the plan, the project, and the strategy, to mention just a few. According to the British Dictionary, scheme can be defined as large-scale systematic plan or arrangement for attaining a particular object or putting a particular idea into effect. Now, let's quickly take a look at the champion or champions. In our own case, I will use the word champions, or should we say the pen champions? Oh, okay, wow. I think that's what I'm looking for. I just discovered that name that I've been looking for to replace the tag pen master. Pen champion. I think that sounds better. According to the Oxford languages, champions can be defined as a person who surpassed all rivals in sporting contests or other competition, or two, a person who vigorously supports or defends a personal cause. Just in case you don't know why you are here today or why you are watching this video at the moment, I'm talking about those people that are going to watch the video later on our social media. You are here because of a cause. And this cause, whether we like it or not, we compete on global platform. This is why an excellent delivery or implementation of excellence in every part of the production is not negotiable. That is definitely not negotiable. We have to give it all it takes to make sure that excellence show in what we have done or what we are doing. We have to ensure that the end product is delivered to provide a value that serves its purpose flawlessly. This is why it is very important for us to talk about the importance of teamwork. It's a topic that we cannot get started without discussing. We have to talk about it. Teamwork, because teamwork is one of the things that will drive the vehicle or what we are doing right now at the moment. So the champion scheme is the strategy that will make all the difference, and it is teamwork that works out the champion scheme. Teamwork, the champion scheme, both goes hand in hand. There is no doubt about this. In fact, that is the difference between certain products that reach a larger percentage of users, comparing it with certain products of the same category, which are solely managed by only one person or two people. When normally it will take like about 50 people or workers to make that product successful. That is why it's very important for us to have as many people as possible on board this project that we are building. In business, you can't just leave things to chance. You have to be intentional, articulate, and go-getter to make it in business. There is no shortcut to that. This is why I believe that the first music artist in the musician scenario, you remember the musician scenario I mentioned from the beginning. It is my personal belief that it is likely that the first musician will pass and last the test of time over the second artist that seems to be operating music or that seems to be operating his music art based on chance, because he has no loyalty. Loyalty powers teamwork. You cannot do this without being loyal to it. Loyalty powers teamwork. And structure creates an environment that makes sustainability a possibility for any business. These are very good and very important points to take note of. Now we move forward. This is how you can ensure that you are an effective team player who is an observer of the champion scheme. And at the same time, this will also provide some of the answers to why is it important for a team to understand the art of teamwork. So let's dive into it. Number one, be committed. Be committed. Commitment is an action word. It is not a promise word. Let me quickly explain, share a little bit of light on that. Commitment is not what you say. It's not, oh, don't worry, I'm going to do it. Don't worry, oh, I'm committed to it. No. Commitment is an action word. You have to demonstrate your commitment to the work plan through action. Also, every request that is in your agreement with the company, your commitment will be misunderstood if you have to be reminded of them. Period. If we have to remind you, oh, you have not submitted, you have not, your deadline has expired, what happened? Even if you are committed, your commitment will be questioned. It will be doubted. So irrespective of if you are walking behind the scene or not, you have to demonstrate your commitment. Make it sing. You just have to make it sing. That's the best way for you to show commitment. Then the second one is be accountable and have integrity. I'll say it again. Be accountable and have integrity. You must know that there are consequences to every action. There is no action that is without its consequence. Own your mistake before it is even called out. And don't have a nonchalant attitude towards a mistake caused by you. Also, stick to deadline. If you notice that there is a slight chance that you might miss it, don't panic. And don't turn a blind eye. Inform your manager or the management on time before the deadline passes. Don't inform the manager or the management after the deadline has already gone, because that alone shows that you have nonchalant attitude. You have I don't care mindsets. And we don't want those kind of people in our team. We want people that actually care about this project. It doesn't matter at which capacity you are operating or you are working. You have to be accountable and you have to have integrity. Nobody must run after you. Then the third one, be positive. You have to be positive. Be positive. That's the third one. Be positive. You must have a positive vibe and mindset to effect a change. You must have a positive vibe and mindset to effect a change or to effect a positive change. Yes, let me put that way. You must have a positive vibe and mindset to effect a positive change. Remember that entrepreneurship and building a new product or services is a journey. It's a journey and not just a journey. It is a journey of faith. And faith requires positivity to be useful and effective. You can never be negative even if things are not going as hoped for. So we all agree to carry out a particular task. And the task that you are going to carry out, it must not have any copyright infringement in it, which simply means that you are the one that will create it. It means that it has to be born of your intellectual property. So you have to be positive. You can never be negative, even if things are not going as so far. I've already made mention of that one. Then the fourth one is be flexible. You have to be flexible. This is the compass to navigate a sudden change with calmness and speed in order to be able to handle unexpected problematic situation or situations surrounding a specific given task. There is a possibility that there could be unexpected problem. You get the point. So you cannot panic. You just have to be. You have to learn the art of flexible. Flexibility is also is a form of an art. It's a skill. You get a point. So that things will not go too. It will not become something that at the end of the day you are not able to solve. So you have to be able to learn how not to panic. How not to panic. You have to be able to learn it. Then the fifth one, be a good communicator. You cannot work effectively in a team without knowing how to be a good communicator. You have to know how to be a good communicator. In order for you to be a good communicator, you have to master the art of listening attentively before reacting. So that's the first thing first that you need to know. Being a good communicator has nothing to do with I have charisma, I can speak, I can talk over people, or I can talk louder. That is not an attribute of being a good communicator. The first attribute of being a good communicator is that you have to go and master the art of listening attentively before reacting. You have to pay attention to timing also. Ask yourself these questions. Has a matter in discussion be concluded before reacting so as to know the full context and to ensure that you understand what has been discussed? Then number two, is this the right time or place to address this or to address it, no matter what the case may be? Then the third question you should ask yourself is, do I really know what exactly is the question or the point I want to contribute about it? This simply means you don't just talk. You have to know exactly what you want to contribute. Don't ever join a conversation and start by saying, I want to say this, I don't know, maybe, but I think, no. You have to be sure of what you want to contribute. That is part of being a good communicator in a team. The reason is because you don't want to waste time unnecessarily, and you don't want to further confuse people, and you don't want unwanted issues to start in that team. Then the sixth one is know your capacity. In a way, knowing your capacity is somewhat is in a way also related to being a good communicator, but not in its entirety. Know your capacity. You must know and understand your role first. Don't promise what you cannot deliver. Yeah. Know your capacity. You must know and understand your role. Don't promise what you cannot deliver. There is this common song back in the days. Wherever you go, wherever you be, do not say yes when you meant to say no. Moving on. Support others and request support when needed as well. I'll repeat it again. Support others and request support when needed as well. Don't be all-knowing. Nobody's God here. Don't be all-knowing. Nobody's God here. And don't be a know-it-all. This will give room for personal growth and healthy competition. This is a teamwork. And in teamwork, actually, teamwork allows competition that is needed to get the job done by all the team members. Each must fulfill their quota. This is one of the reasons why we have Appreciation Day. We are studying and watching everybody closely. I think I've already shared our vision with you our vision, the vision we have at Red Global Digital, that we are looking for people we want to continue to work with. We have vision. Even though we are a startup, we have already started building our future, and we are looking for people that we will continue to that future together. So we are watching everybody closely, and we are going to study everybody. We are going to review everybody. You are going to review us also. You are going to meet your managers. You are going to review your managers. So everybody is watching everybody. That is how our organization or company operates. That is why competition is very important and very needed at a working place. So take note of that. Last but not the least, understand the aim and share goal. Understand the aim and share goal. The aim of the team must be well understood. because the shared goals can easily be delayed or hindered by a member of the team that doesn't understand or assimilate them. You have to double check or fact check by asking yourself these questions. The first one, if I miss the deadline, how will it affect the advancement of the course or the product development? Ask yourself that question. Anything you are doing, especially when it is touching your deadline. If I miss my deadline, let's say, for example, paint a scenario in your head. Have a discussion, a personal discussion with yourself. If I miss the deadline, how will it affect the rest of the team members? How will it affect the project? How will it affect the company? Then the second question you should ask yourself is, do I really understand what I am assigned to do? Before it is too late, it is good to do self-assessment so that if you notice that there is something that you are not getting, you can quickly reach out to the management or your manager or the director or to me that, oh, I don't understand this. Can you quickly share more light to it? We will make ourselves available. That's part of our duty. That's part of our job. Then the third question you should ask yourself is, how do I make my director or manager understand my work priority? How do I make my manager or my director to understand my work priority? In conclusion, the champion scheme, if strategically explored, will work wonders in product or project development. The champion scheme, if strategically explored, will work wonders in product or project development. However, it is teamwork that works out the champion's scheme.